See if if it shows up for me.
Stand up, New York Giant fans. What is going on, Bad Dog? How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing fantastic. I'd be doing even better if I could find your live stream here, but I am doing well, sir. Just can't see the chat yet.
All right. I'll say hello to this couple of people in the chat. Dire Giant fans in the house. John Robinson's in the chat. Q Dog's in the chat. Giants in the chat. Poppy Chulo chat. James in the chat. Noah Kale in the chat. John Schmidt. It's Patty. Big Blue for Life. Caesar Munoz. Johnny Morowski's in the chat. Goat Quan brought the Turtles. Thank you very much. Andy Garcia, how you doing? Thank you to everybody for being here. Bad Dog's trying to pull up the chat. He's having trouble finding the stream. Oh my God, it is moving and grooving. DJ in the house. Nibba in the house. Andy Garcia in the house. Ramdre. Toxic Right. Do me a favor, guys. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up. And if you guys haven't done so, go into the description and sub up Bad Dog Sports. What's going on, David? Thank you for tuning in the stream. 40 Luck in the house. Thank you, everybody, for being here. So, Bad Dog, were you looking for the chat? Obviously, we got a lot to talk about.
Yes, we do. And for once, good things to talk about.
Good things.
For once, it's something good.
We got a little luck. We got a little luck this time.
It's amazing how everything that could go wrong in that game went wrong, and I found it. So I'm put this on here real quick.
Oh, you had to check.
All right. Yep, perfect. So it's amazing how everything that could have went wrong went wrong. Saquon Barkley, high ankle sprain. Terrible. You know, we lose Alec Ogletree on a play that was not a fumble. It was blatantly not a fumble. He picks up the ball. He's running, pulls a hamstring.
Right.
We lose Tay Davis. We get no calls. There's a blatant offsides. You don't get the call. There's a blatant pass interference. You don't get the call. Nothing goes right. And then at the very end, Jenkins, who got toasted all day long, gets burned again. The last 2 years, we've lost in a 61-yarder and a 63-yarder. So in the back of my mind, of your mind, probably, we lost.
Yeah.
We're talking about. I go back and I'm looking at a reaction. I'm talking about come over to the game. Come over to the Entertainers channel, watch us. And I stop. Watch us. I said we won't be as. And I see your reaction. At first, you jump, and I do the same thing because I'm like, that was so close to being good and not being good, so I didn't know what to do.
Right.
And he misses by 6 inches.
Yeah.
And I'm like, finally, something went in our favor. And my reaction, I don't know about yours, obviously was jubilation and happiness.
Of course.
But it was almost utter disbelief that we put that off.
Oh, yeah, I almost fainted. I almost fainted. And like you said, I mean, obviously the bad news from this contest, our most important player, Saquon Barkley, is going to miss 4 to 8 weeks. They brought in some running backs today that potentially could fill the void. Nobody's going to fill that void. He's the best running back on the planet. Obviously, the good news. Now, before we get into Daniel Jones, which is, of course, the biggest storyline of the game.
Yeah.
Defense played horrible in the first half. We trailed 28-10. I will say, I thought Betcher did a great job in the second half making adjustments. They did get after the quarterback. They got 4 sacks, only gave up a field goal. Should have been 2 field goals, but only gave up a field goal in the second half. Jenkins, though, he left him on an island the entire game, and Evans tore him to shreds. But the silver lining from this game on the defensive side, we did get some pressure on the quarterback. We got 4 sacks, played better, much like the week before. We got pressure on the quarterback, but the first half we were awful. In terms of the offensive, obviously, everything starts with Daniel Jones. Evan Ingram had another great game, his second 100-yard game of the season, and Sterling Shepard with a 100-yard game as well. Oh, Batgirl, thank you so much for the super chat. Really do appreciate that. $2 super chat. You can forget about it. 1 day off from the gun show is too many days off. And Johnny Morowski with a $5 super chat bends the knees. There's something about the Giants being in Tampa and kickers being wide right. We have a quarterback, people. There you go, Johnny Morowski. Love the positivity.
Yeah, I mean, unbelievable, man. Just, still just crazy thinking about it, that we're 1-2 and we got a good chance, I think, against Washington this week. But, like you said, he made adjustments and we did better. And I know there's people trying to defend Jenkins to me. Bad Dog should have had safety help. Mike Evans is great. I don't give a damn. I'm not using the excuse, man. This guy came out, talked crap about the whole team. Maybe they did that to teach him a lesson. I don't know what it was, but He stinks. And it's not just a Jenkins thing. This has been going on for 2 years now, and he misses tackles. He couldn't cover O.J. Howard. It wasn't just Mike Evans that I was tearing him up for. This has been a 2-year thing with him. He got killed by Michael Gallup last year.
Yeah.
He's getting beat by everybody, not just Mike Evans. Just Mike Evans made it look easy because Mike Evans isn't one of the better receivers in the league. So he was really bad. Other than that, DeAndre Baker, we talked about it, and I can't remember the receiver's name. Godwin or whatever?
Yeah, Chris Godwin. Yeah.
Chris Godwin, the guy kept asking me, is he playing? Is he playing? And you wouldn't know because DeAndre Baker shut him down completely.
DeAndre Baker did a great job. And look at that super chat from Kid Blue. If you guys have not gone over to Kid Blue, what are you waiting for? Great Giants channel over there. $5 super chat bends the knees. And he says, there's no way we don't trade Jenkins. It will save us $11 million. Get him in is smarter than that. Daniel was amazing. Go Giants. And I agree with you, Kid. But if we fall out of it, we've said that before. Everybody said that. You, me, Beto, every Giants fan. We know if we're 3-6 or whatever, we're going to trade Janoris Jenkins this year. That's a foregone conclusion, especially with our young secondary. Now, if you were the coach, the reason I don't think it was a lesson, by the way. The island thing, leaving him one-on-one. I think the Giants just blitzed so much that they had no other option but to leave him one-on-one on Evans because they said to themselves, at least this is me thinking from the head of Betcher, we got a quarterback prone to turning the ball over. We're going to send the house, try to force him to make some errant throws and get some turnovers. But by doing so, you leave Jenkins out there on his own against Evans, and Evans tore him up for 3 touchdowns.
Well, as far as Jenkins would tell you, that shouldn't have mattered. He should need safety help. He said he can't do his job for 10 seconds, but you give him 5 seconds, he should fine. Well, there were split seconds. Guys, he beat him off the last play of the game before they kicked a field goal. He beat him clean. It wasn't
off the jump.
Close. He ran right past him.
Yeah.
And we saw Jenkins against Dallas. He couldn't make the damn tackle against whoever the hell that, I don't remember, it was Cooper or whoever it was. He didn't make the tackle. He didn't make the tackle this week. Michael Thomas made an incredible tackle.
Game-saving tackle. Huge tackle.
Game-saving tackle.
Yeah.
The guy would have ran right past. I'm just not. I don't like Jenkins. He makes too much money. He's not going to be here next year regardless because we'll save $11 million by cutting him if they don't trade him this year. I guess somebody told me that they did look to trade Jenkins, but nobody offered anything for, nobody gave them anything because they don't want really garbage over the hill corner that's making $14.5 million. So I think that's part of it. But
he's not worth the money he's getting. There's no doubt about it. The adjustment they did make, they definitely put Baker in press coverage, and we saw, like you said, the other thing, Marcus Golden, I think, got 2 sacks, and now he's got 3 on the year. So he's getting after the quarterback. He's doing his job. Need to see more of that next week. We need to get home with the blitz. And I thought they might go with Haskins, the Redskins. Turns out they're going to stick with Keenum.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. I think that if they went to Haskins, they would be doing it just because the Giants went to Daniel Jones.
Just because the Redskins.
Right. And honestly, I think the Redskins do believe, and I also believe that Dwayne Haskins is not ready. I think what people have to understand.
Yeah.
People have to understand about Dwayne Haskins is he played 1 year at college. Daniel Jones had 3 years at college. Daniel Jones is more pro ready than Dwayne Haskins. Dwayne Haskins has a bigger arm. That's about it. That's what he has over Daniel Jones, a stronger arm. But his progressions aren't as good. His accuracy under pressure is not as good. His accuracy against the blitz is not as good, and he can't run. He's not a scrambling quarterback. I know he did it a little bit in the preseason, but Daniel Jones, I don't know if you told me this. Somebody told me this. Daniel Jones had the 3rd and 4th fastest running times for quarterback.
Yeah, next gen stats this year, he was ranked the 3rd and 4th fastest run in that game. Lamar Jackson was 1, or Kyler Murray was 1, Lamar Jackson was 2.
Yeah, and think about those guys, how fast they are. So Daniel Jones is in that category.
Yeah, he was incredible. And then the other really interesting next gen stats that I mentioned in my video today, he had under pressure. He was 7 of 9 under pressure in the game, and 5 of those throws went for a first down. The last time Eli Manning threw for 5 first downs in a game under pressure is 2014.
Yeah.
Dan Jones did that in his debut game.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That has to do with his ability to extend plays, but.
Hey, I also said this too, and I mentioned this in all these videos. And it's funny, I went back and watched some of my videos, and I have a video coming out about, my videos about Daniel Jones. I tried to upload it today. YouTube's screwing up, so I'll put it out tomorrow, kind of letting people understand where I'm coming from with this. I went back and looked at some of the comments about when I said he's better than Darnold, he's better than Dak, he's better than Haskins. I didn't revisit those until just before the show. And I'm reading all the comments. You're an idiot. You don't know anything about football. You know, he sucks. He's a back. It's just hilarious. I'm like, where are you people now? What did I see? I must have saw something. The guy threw for 336 yards and had 4 total touchdowns. I had to tell Gangrene David today, Sam Darnold has never had a 4-touchdown game in his career. Daniel Jones did it his first game.
Daniel Jones had an unbelievable first game. Rami Phillips, thank you so much for the super chat. $2 super chat. You can forget about it. He says, love both y'all. Watch all the vids. Danny Dimes. Thank you so much, Rami Phillips. Thank you for being a great subscriber. And,
yes, appreciate that.
Yeah, you got to be thrilled with the way he played. Like you just said, 4-touchdown game, 2 on the air, 2 on the ground, 300 yards. The first, what was it? I think he's the first rookie quarterback to ever do it. Or I think that's what the stat was, right?
Yeah, something like that, or in 49 years or whatever it was. But one thing I was going to say, when I was mentioning all his videos, I mentioned that Daniel Jones had the highest passer rating in the country against the blitz. And it's something that people never paid attention to. People didn't give a damn about what I was saying. They all thought I was nuts. They all thought I was as crazy as Gettleman. They all thought I was as crazy as I thought Gettleman was. And
Gettleman don't look crazy now, bad dog.
No. And I don't look as crazy as going back and look at those videos. Maybe I sounded crazy when I made them, but I sure don't sound crazy now. Well, I am crazy. Don't get me wrong, but I don't sound as crazy as people thought I was when I made those videos.
Yeah, we'll see how he does week 4, but he looked great in this game, no doubt about it. And he's going to face a Redskin defense that is decent. That's definitely the strength of their team. Without Saquon Barkley, I still think the Giants should win that football game. I'm not too worried about it. Personally, I really think they're going to win that game. I think the Redskins are down. The Giants are at home. There's really no excuse not to win this game. We can't take anybody for granted with this team, but there's no excuse not to win that game. Period. End of story. Obviously, Barkley, it's going to be a little tougher to win without Barkley. But you really got to like what you saw to Shepard, Ingram. They seem to flourish. It's Slayton, 80-something yards. And the throw to Shepard, by the way, in the corner of the end zone for the touchdown. That's as good as it gets.
You don't get any better. The throw on the run to Shepard.
Yeah.
You know, when he was running and he threw that bumper, he got out of the blitz. The guy had him. He broke out of the tag. Guy had a clean shot at him. He broke out of it, ran to his left, and threw on the run, and just a perfect pass. He showed everything he could do in the first game. He can make plays at his feet. He can make plays at his arm. He can make plays on the run. He can take the ball that, he can RPO, which I called in that game. I said, they're setting that up. Yeah, I said, they're setting this up. You see everybody going with Barkley. They're going to set up where he pulls it out and he goes. And that was the first touchdown. Yeah. And then the last touchdown, I mean, everybody just opened up. Yeah. He was like, I'm going.
Yeah.
It
was. I think they had his own defense. That's what I think.
Yeah. Whatever it was, it worked. And I'm going back and watching the reaction right before he does it. I said there, you and I are nervous. We're like, it's 4th and 5. See what he can do. And I say, I wish he would have ran once. Well, he ran on
4th and 5.
Okay, all right, man, you want me to run? Gotcha. I'm going to take off and get it. But awesome game.
Oh.
So much fun, man. That was so much fun. Watching our reactions, dude, I laughed so hard at we're nervous. We're so happy. We're kind of dealing with it. And then we're so pissed. Then we're depressed. Then we're in disbelief. Then we celebrate. It is so funny to watch that video.
We went through every single emotion you could possibly go through as a human being.
In 10 minutes.
and that was just to get a week 3 win to get to 1-2. And now hopefully we can get even to 2-2. But I definitely think Daniel Jones has brought new life to this team. That I could say for sure. And, you couldn't be happier for the kid. He was doubted from day one, and he goes in there and he plays the way he did against Tampa Bay without Saquon Barkley, without Golden Tate. He had every excuse in the book to have a bad game, and he did the opposite. He went out there, he got the job done, and you got to be encouraged going forward. I'm very happy. I'm not going to go overboard yet. It's one game, but he showed you he has the tools necessary to be a great quarterback in the NFL.
He showed you what he can do that kid was getting knocked around, and he took some beatings. For him to get up as a rookie, standing there and still take those hits and make those throws, that was the most impressive thing to me about his performance, is that he was never shaken. He showed incredible resolve. He wasn't fazed by anything. He wasn't fazed by his first start. He wasn't fazed by the big stage. He wasn't fazed by needing a touchdown to win a final drive. This kid did everything that you could possibly want anybody to do, and then so much more. As Giants fans, you have to be excited to look at this quarterback and go, and we know he's going to have his ups and downs. He's not going to play like that every week.
Of course.
But that's there. That's what he's capable of. You see the talent, and to put him with Saquon Barkley. And it sucks that he got hurt because to put those two guys together now and to add like a solid wide receiver next year, I mean, you're going to really have something special on this offense. Our defense needs to help out, but I mean, you couldn't be happy for Daniel Jones. I mean, so many people talked about in the preseason. Oh, second string guys. It's second and third string guys.
Right.
It doesn't matter. That doesn't count. He's not going to be able to do it in the NFL. He can't do it against first string defenders. Well, I guess he can.
He got it done. He got it done. There's no denying it. He played the first team defense at Tampa Bay, a defense that was playing pretty good the week before. They held Cam Newton in check the week before, that Carolina offense. I think they held him to 39 yards on the ground. Now, I will say, Tampa Bay did a good job of that in this game. They did. Even before Barkley went down, they smothered the offensive line did not play well in this game. The Giants' offensive line did not play well in this game. They surrendered 5 sacks. We got no push with the run game. That's the negative on the offense. That the offensive line took a big step back. The first 2 games, they were good. This game, below average for sure.
Nate Solder was the culprit. I mean, I remember there was two drives. He gave up 3 sacks and ended up, causing a fumble. Right after he got the interception, Solder got beat clean off the line, and Jones had no chance. I mean, so Solder's got to do way better than that. Way better. He did that in the preseason, too, where he let a guy just run clean and just absolutely kill Daniel Jones. He's got to do way better than that. That guy's a veteran. That guy's getting paid a lot of money, man. You got your number 6 overall pick, and you better bust your ass to protect that kid. You
highest paid left tackle in football.
Yeah, you can't allow people to just go by you and get your rookie quarterback killed back there. I thought the right side did a good job. But Tampa Bay played a lot of stuffed boxes and said Daniel Jones beat us, and he did.
That's what they did. And probably Washington comes out with a different game plan this week. Daniel Jones is going to see a different look, so it'll be interesting to see how he adjusts. They're not going to have the same game plan probably. They're probably going to try to mix and match. Another throw I wanted to bring up that I thought was incredibly impressive. I think it was his second throw. Beautiful play call out of the gate. First throw. We said it on the live stream. He hits Ingram across the center just to get his feet wet. Then he faces the pressure right in his face, can't step into the throw, flat-footed. He throws it about 20 yards down the field, hits his man. I think it was Shepard, in stride. And that was a great throw as well.
Yeah, he stood in there and just made throw after throw. That's impressive for a rookie. He didn't care that he was going to get hit. He didn't care at Duke.
Yeah.
This is the thing. People got all over me for those videos, but this is what I saw when I went back and watched all the film. I had to watch film. I hated the pick. And then I'm like, he's our quarterback. Well, now what do I have to do? I better know something about him. I'm like, I hate the pick. I don't know anything about him, though. So I hated on him ignorantly because I wanted Josh Allen. I said, this guy plays at Duke. How the hell good could a Duke quarterback be? When I went and looked at everything, I said, well, holy shit, he's way faster and more athletic than I ever thought he was. Didn't think he could run like that. Like, oh, look at all the drops he has. He's putting the ball right there. This guy drops. This guy drops. This guy drops. This guy drops it. Oh, look at he's dropping back. 5-step drop. He's getting hit every time he hits the back foot. So this guy's got no talent around him, and he still wins games over there. He's still winning bowl games at Duke, which no quarterback wins bowl games at Duke. He's got no NFL talent around there, and he still played his ass off. He stands in there in the pocket tough. He takes hits. He gets up. He don't care. And then when I saw that number against the blitz that he was best in the country, and he was top 5 in deep ball accuracy, I said, the Giants really have something here. People just think I blindly made these videos just because I was hating on quarterbacks. I never studied a player more than I did Daniel Jones after my draft reaction. That's the truth. Never have I studied a player more than that.
Oh, City for real, thank you so much for the super chat. $5 super chat. Bends the knees. He says, Danny Dimes bends the knees. You can forget about it. Say hello to my little friend, Stella Trey. Shit fondue. Can't cover, can only stand up, Giant fans. Thank you so much, City for real. For the
Shit fondue caught on, too. I like it.
And what's going on, Steven Evans? Thank you for popping in, buddy. Last Jedi's announced. Big Daddy season announced. Now, I did do a lot of film study of him before the draft, and I liked him. I was on record as saying I liked him. I was on record as saying I don't go by the completion percentage. Everybody was yelling about that completion percentage. I said a lot of things you said before the draft. I still didn't like the pick because I loved Josh Allen. But I knew Daniel Jones could be a good quarterback. I didn't know he'd be this good. But I saw a lot of things on the tape that I liked. I had him above, what's his name? The quarterback that went to the Broncos.
Locke.
I had him above Locke. I had Haskins 1, Murray 2, and I was neck and neck. I almost like Jones as much as Murray. I didn't love Murray, you know that. But I had Haskins 1, I had Jones 3, but Jones a close Two, I didn't think he was this good, though. This kid is legit. He stands in the pocket. He takes the hit. I did see that on the film. Didn't think his arm was this strong. This kid's a player. It's just a matter of he's got to keep it up. He's got to keep it up. He's got to keep it up. He's got to stay healthy.
Development, learn from your mistakes. He's going to make mistakes. He made a mistake in that game.
Fumbling, he's got to work on.
What's that?
Fumbling. He's got to work on the fumbling.
That definitely. And he did have the one play where he stared his receiver down, and safety jumped the route and dropped the pick. I mean, that should have been intercepted.
Right.
We got a break there, and that's a rookie mistake. And there was another one where he kept patting the ball, and I think that was a play. He kept patting the ball, and he was just staring the guy down, and he threw it, and the route got jumped. So, gotta do it. But he's gonna learn this stuff. He learns. Couldn't ask for a better first game. I just hope people don't expect that every week out of him, because that you can't expect that from him every week. You can't.
No.
If he brings this every week, guys, he's gonna be the second best quarterback in the league. He plays like that every week. That's second behind Pat Mahomes. I mean, that's
at the end of the day, we still have our problems. We're not going to win a lot of football games unless that defense gets better.
Yeah, especially without Barkley.
Yeah, that defense has to get a lot better for this team to be competitive. We could probably get by this week. We're not beating Washington if that defense, Minnesota, if that defense doesn't improve.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And for us to have any chance going for, thank you so much, Corey Lewis, for the super chat. $2 super chat. You can forget about it. I want to start a channel. Any advice? Corey Lewis, I think he asked me this last time, if I'm not mistaken. I think you're a Giant fan. Just be yourself. Be yourself. Put in work. Make good, high-quality videos. And talk about the team you love. There's not much more than that. Be consistent. Yep. Be consistent.
Be consistent. Be yourself. That's it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that don't like my opinions on shit. I don't care. I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care what people think about me. I'm going to give you my opinion. You like it, great. You don't like it, great. I'm not changing who I am. That's that, because I'm not a fake. So if people are going to either like you or dislike you, there's nothing you can do about it. So just be yourself. And like Chris says, be consistent. Just put out videos, every day, every other day. Just get your name out there. And, you'll get your following. It takes time.
Yeah, just be consistent. That's the biggest key. And obviously high quality videos. John Smith, thank you so much for the super chat. $5 super chat. Bends the knees. I loved how well we spread the ball around too. He didn't just focus on one receiver. Ingram and Shep 100 yards. Perfect. Yep. We mentioned that. You're absolutely right. He almost had three. He threw for what? 336.
336.
He almost had three receivers with the 100 yards.
Yep.
He spread it around beautifully. He did. And that was without Barkley helping him. They had no running game.
No running game. No, he had 12 yards.
He was their leading rusher.
Yep, 28 yards. He's our leading rusher.
Yeah, I mean, he was the whole offense. Chris, please ask Bad Dog. Hey, Bad Dog, did you see the Giants YouTube page has a video on your favorite player, Lawrence?
I did see it. I commented on it today. I saw it. Okay. It's like a 12-minute video. I commented on it. I saw that right away, so I'm clicking on that.
That's the greatest shine of all time.
Just greatest defensive player ever.
Now, well, how do you think they're going to handle this running back situation now? Do you think Gallman gets the bulk of the carries? Do you think they're going to have a platoon, like an even platoon? Do you think Gallman's the guy?
Gallman's the guy.
Yeah.
Gallman was the guy last year. 2017. So he's going to go back to being the guy. Now, I know you did a video on it, and I know they worked out Benny Cunningham. I would take a shot at Jay. That's just me. I know he's coming off the knee injury, but he was cleared to play in July.
Yeah.
I would take a shot at him. Our offensive line did not play well, but they're way better. Jay's not going to have to carry the whole load here.
Right.
If you split carries with Ajayi and Wayne Gallman, I mean, it's not Barkley, but I think Ajayi is the best available running back out there for these guys right now.
C.J. Anderson wouldn't be bad either.
No.
He was great in the playoffs last year.
There was, but there's a reason the Lions dumped him in favor of Paul Perkins. That's strange to me. So something must be going on there. Ajayi, I just think people are scared off by his injury history, but at this point, I don't think we have anything to lose. But him or C.J. Anderson, probably the best options.
Yeah, got to take a shot at this point to see what you got. Because I don't think Gallman could be the only guy. Let's put it that way. They definitely need.
They needed somebody else.
They know a more veteran back there as well to help them out.
Yeah, they definitely need. Just Gallman's not going to be able to carry the ball 30 times. So
yeah, exactly.
They're gonna need to find somebody else, but I think they will.
Let me see what we got, Pavith. Hey guys, can you read this one out? So far, Stephon Diggs has been a disappointment for the Vikings and is taking a non-cap space. Do you believe the Giants should trade for him? They're not going to trade. Sorry, I got something stuck in my throat. They're not going to trade Stephon Diggs. Chris Nail, thank you so much for the super chat. $2 super chat. You can forget about it. Jenkins is the GOAT. Game-saving tackle. Technically, he's right.
Grant Haley had to come over and help him, though, in case you saw.
Technically, he's right. But they're not. You would agree, right? They're a contending team. They're not trading Stephon Diggs.
No way. Stephon Diggs is way too valuable. That guy's way too good to let go.
Yeah.
Way too good.
There was rumors, I think, before the season that they were looking to get rid. There was something, but they're not going to trade him mid. I would be shocked.
No. Can't stop laughing, Q-Dog. He thinks that's funny. He just did it again. He put up there twice.
Chris, thank you so much for the super chat. I don't know if that was a mistake or not. $2 super chat. Thank you so much. You can forget about it. He says Jenkins is the GOAT, game-saving tackle. I mean, technically, he's right. I mean, if he doesn't make that tackle, technically, we lose the game, right?
He freaking sucks. Jesus.
Oh, PDA Sports, thank you so much for the super chat, man. $2 super chat. You can forget about it. He says, everything Bad Dog touches trends. Good stuff, guys. Thank you very much. And if you haven't done so, go on over to PTA Sports and check him out. He's got he just made a video today. I haven't got a chance to look at it yet, but go over there and check him out. And the Camels are in the chat. What's going on, Camels?
By the way, guys, we got 264 up in the house. We got 83 likes. So what's up with that? Where them likes for Danny Dimes and the New York Giants getting a W? That should be at least 150 right now.
Spike that.
I want to see that climb.
Don't forget to subscribe.
I want to see that climb. I want to see it climb like Daniel Jones's stock right now.
Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to go into the link in the description and check out Bad Dog. We have content every day. So if you're a Giants fan, you won't want to miss it. Thank you guys.
Although I didn't get content up today because YouTube is screwing up. I cannot. It's telling me it will not upload my videos. So
yeah,
YouTube's got a problem with real-time views. Analytics are screwed up. The views are screwed up. You can't download videos, upload videos. I mean, so it's just I'll have to do it tomorrow.
Yeah, my video today had 0 views for the first 3 hours, but I had like 70 thumbs up. Oh, Ramey Phillips, thank you so much for the super chat. $2 super chat. You can't forget about it. I told Bad Dog in his last stream, 300 yards, 4 touchdowns. He called it.
There were some guys that said that, and I said I'm not going to get that carried away, but I would love it. That's what he did.
I mean, I was trying to be rational. I'm glad I was wrong. I hope next game he throws 500 yards. And I'm going to say this. I think next game is going to be a good test for him because the team's going to know going in that they're Gallman, Barkley. There's no challenge there in the running game, and they're gonna defend him differently than the Bucs did. They'll have more guys out in coverage. It will not be as easy for Jones in the next game. I think the Redskins will come better prepared.
Yeah, but
he'll make adjustments.
You forget one thing. Evan Ingram against Landon Collins. That is all day. That is all day. Evan Ingram going to have about 170 yards in this. You know what I want? This is what I want to see. I want so bad I want Daniel Jones to get out there in space and just piss on Landon Collins. Like run right past him. Because I don't think Landon Collins could catch Daniel Jones.
Oh, I would love that.
So I think that would be hilarious if he did that.
And how about we get a couple of sacks against Eric Flowers?
Yeah, we definitely could. One thing I'll say though, you look at Carson Wentz had a big day against Redskins defense. Dak Prescott had a big day against Redskins defense. Mitch Trubisky sucks. I don't know what else to say. He's horrible.
Yeah.
I know you. I actually wanted to come back in your stream. I was charging my phone. I fell asleep because that game was 28-0 I mean,
that was a horrible game.
I had a reason to go to sleep. Trubisky's garbage.
Oh, Mitch the bitch.
Terrible.
I was calling him Mitch the bitch.
Defense. What's that?
I was calling him Mitch the bitch.
Yeah. I did the videos telling you Daniel Jones is going to be better than Mitch Trubisky. People think I'm crazy.
Well, that doesn't shock me. Yeah, Mitch Trubisky's just not. He's not good.
No, he stinks. He's awful. So,
one of the worst decisions in football history: trading up and not taking Mahomes or Watson, and you take Mitch Trubisky. If the Bears take Mahomes or Watson, they're the Super Bowl favorites.
They win the Super Bowl if Mahomes is their quarterback. With that defense,
yeah,
they beat the Patriots. In my opinion,
and the offensive line they got there, Nagy. I mean, they would be unbelievable. Trubisky's just awful. But thank you guys again for being here. If you guys are new, we usually take questions the last. What do we got? What do we left?
For real, with that City for Real's shit fondue up there.
That's the new thing. Shit fondue.
He is shit fondue.
How about LeGarrette Blount? Yes or no? I mean, how old is he? He's got to be up there now, right?
God, he's up there. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the reason they were looking at Cunningham, obviously he's not Barkley, but he's a dual threat running back. He's a guy that's going to give you 7 or 8 touches, but he's a good receiver out of the backfield as well as being a running back. So I think they're going to be looking at a running back more like that if I had to guess. But I don't know because Gallman's not really known for his hands coming out of the backfield.
Right, right. How
Yeah.
about Gettleman? Any credit for him? Says Big Dicey. I agree with everything Gettleman's done. Ask around. I didn't like to pick that night, but I came around on it. But ask around. Everything Gettleman's done. Getting rid of JPP, letting Landon Collins walk, trading snacks, and I'd call it for Odell Beckham's trade 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 2017. I said trade him the hell off of this team. Now I will admit, when we were watching that game, and I saw Beckham taking those,
Of course.
slants. I sat there, and in the back of my mind, I was like, oh, yeah, I just wish could have saw one game just to see how it went. Daniel Jones extending a play and Odell Beckham being able to run him. Well, I was just like, I just wish I could have saw it once. I don't regret them trading Beckham. I'm glad they did. But I was just like, I just wish I could have saw that once.
Yeah, I understand why they traded Beckham, but I get the appeal to having Jones with him and Barkley. It would have been a dynamic offense, but by the same token, I was always worried bringing a rookie quarterback how he would have been able to mature with Beckham on the team. So I completely understood why the Giants decided to get rid of him.
Beckham is 10% of our cap space.
Yeah, and the cap space is the biggest thing. Yeah, can't do it. Can't win that way.
Yeah.
Tate comes back week 5. Yeah, Tate's going to come back week 5. We'll be fully equipped for that Patriot game and the Viking game. And for the Giants to have any chance, I said it earlier, got to win the next 2. New England, let's be real. You're not going to Foxborough. You're not going to win. But beat the Redskins, beat the Vikings, and maybe we'll have some entertainment the last half of the season. Oh, John Letourneau, thank you so much for the super chat. $5 super chat. Bends the knees. Stand up. Do it.
Stella!
Bad Dog, y'all are the best friends from YouTube. Danny Dimes, Poop Fondue, Fly Eagles Fly. I always have y'all backs. Keep it up, guys. John Letourneau, thank you so much for the super chat.
John's a man.
Yeah, great supporter of both of us, man. Thank you for being here, John. And your Eagles got a big game on Thursday. The Eagles versus the Packers.
Packers. Yeah.
That'll be a good game.
Yeah, I'll be swinging by probably second quarter, second half. I'll be swinging by making a cameo appearance on the Entertainers live stream.
Yeah,
just because it's the Eagles.
That should be a fun game to watch. As we, John, I'm not gonna lie to you. I can't root for the Eagles. You might want to go over to Philly 500 stream that night.
Yeah.
But
and then of course Sunday night, we get the Cowboys and Saints. So we're doing we get all the NFC East teams this week. Giants play the Skins, Cowboys Sunday, Eagles Thursday. That should be fun.
That's a good point. We got all 4 on prime. Well, not prime time for the Giants, but you guys are the best. I appreciate that, Slick Nick. Thank you for being here. Hey, Chris, why don't the Giants start Julian Love and Corey Ballantyne on defense? Well, Angel Rodriguez, I mean, the simple answer is, Julian Love didn't earn the spot out of training camp as the slot corner. And Janoris Jenkins still has the most experience. He's still probably better, as much as I like Ballantyne at this stage of Ballantyne's career. Jenkins played horrible in that game. You hope he could bounce back. But, he couldn't have played worse, I guess, in that game. But they're not going to bench Jenkins. They're not, until they trade him. Yeah.
Jenkins will... I'm sorry. Shit fondue will start. Shit fondue.
Yeah. Now, are you a little worried about the linebacker this week? Because Ogletree's now out. Davis out. They bring back Stupar. Conley's been good, but that second middle linebacker, that's going to be...
I don't worry about it as much with the Redskins because they got no tight end. Jordan Reed's done. His career is over. Terry McLaurin's the one guy that worries me on their offense. And then, of course, they got 2 good running backs. Geis and Peterson can play.
And Thompson,
Giants have to make... Thompson worries me about coming out of the backfield.
Yeah.
But, they just don't scare me offensively. They just don't. I think they don't have a Mike Evans. Janoris Jenkins sucks, but he's not going to get beat by McLaurin or whoever the hell their other receivers are. Like Evans beat him. So the Giants can still do what they did last week, in my opinion, and get away with it. They'll be able to blitz. They'll be able to bring pressure. And, Geis is injured. I thought he was playing. I know he had a knee thing, but I thought that wasn't serious.
Yeah, Peterson was playing last night.
Okay. So I didn't know I didn't know Geis was injured. I didn't watch the game last night, so what was I saying? But their receivers don't worry me. So you can blitz. Keenum turns the ball over. We saw it last night with he had 5 turnovers, he threw 3 interceptions, fumbled twice.
That's why I was shocked.
He holds on the ball, he can't run,
Yeah,
and there's no receivers.
yeah.
The Giants defense isn't good, but they can't give up more points against Washington than they did anybody else. So I would say just go with what they did last week. Bring a lot of blitzes, get there, get pressure, force turnovers, and take your chances.
Yeah, yeah, and then that'll be a fun week 5 because if we could get to 2-2, you start to believe a little bit. If we could ever beat that Vikings team, then you're like, oh, maybe we got something.
Well, then we're in deep shit though. I mean, they got Thielen, they got Diggs.
Oh, that's
they got
that's a tough matchup.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a tough matchup. At least it's at
they
home.
got Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, at least it's at home. Mariota will be replaced. What's going on? Clocks, thank you, popping. He says Mariota will be replaced this week for. I mean, Mariota's trash. I mean, I've been saying that for a while. I think Mariota and Jameis Winston are both playing for their jobs this year. I think both of them more than likely will be replaced. I don't see either one of them getting a second contract.
No, God, no. Not just because Winston is so inconsistent, but he's had problems off the field. Mariota's just garbage.
Yeah, he's not a good quarterback. They were both bad picks. I mean, I think Winston was 1 and Mariota was 3. They're both bad picks there in that draft, and it happens. And luckily, it looks like so far Danny Dimes is a good one.
Yeah. I mean, he's done. He definitely looked pretty damn good. I gotta say, I was very, very happy with that. I just couldn't believe how good he played. I couldn't have ever dreamed he'd do that well. Thought he would do good. I mean, I had a guy, my pregame or my preview video, come on there and said, "You picked the wrong week. You picked the wrong week for him to be there. We're gonna kill him." I said, "I don't think so." He's like, "Oh, he's got no chance. We're gonna eat him up, spin him out." I said, "No, he'll do fine." The guy said, "I'll be back after the game." Well, he never commented.
He never came back.
And then I commented, I go, "Where are you?" or something. I was like, "Well, I go, you guys really shut him down, didn't you?" And he came back. He said, "Bro, I was wrong. He was awesome." I said, "Respect, buddy. You actually manned up and said that. So respect. You don't need to come back and say anything, but he did." So I was like, "All right, good on you, buddy. Good luck the rest of the way."
Exactly. Yeah. Good luck the rest of the way. They're gonna need it. They're gonna need it.
Yes,
because
we'll be streaming the Redskins game on Chris's channel on Sunday.
Yes, yeah, the Giants game will be over here on Sunday. Anybody that is new, by the way, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, go into the description, sub up Bad Dog Sports. We go back and forth all the time. Friday we'll be doing the same show over there. On ESPN, an analyst stated Daniel Mother Blanket Jones, what's up, Q-Dog, is better than Baker Mayfield. Thoughts? Okay, now I'm gonna tell you this. Me and Bad Dog were both Baker guys. I think you still are a Baker guy.
Yeah, I still like Baker.
I don't like the way Baker's conducting himself off the field, especially with the Giants. You expect
Me
that.
neither.
That's part of his persona.
Yeah, Big Mouth Baker.
But I'll say this: go back. He had a great rookie year, the most touchdowns ever by a rookie quarterback. But go back and look what he did last year. He beat up on shit teams. He did. You go back and look at his numbers. And this year now, he's got 3 touchdowns, 5 picks. And maybe some of that has to do with, I don't know, maybe they're playing tougher teams, but maybe some of it has to do with the offensive line. They lose Zeitler. And maybe that's part of it. Because he's going to get all the blame because he's got all the weapons in the world. And he's not playing well. He's playing like crap right now. But maybe that offensive line taking a big step back with the loss of Zeitler.
He definitely is getting pressured a lot more. I mean, we've done 2 Browns games now, back-to-back weeks. I've noticed a lot of his throws are high. He's throwing very high. He's been very inaccurate. I remember doing that game with you Sunday and sitting there going, I don't understand how the Browns can't score. Like, I'm just sitting there going, they got Landry. They got, Beckham. They got Nick Chubb. I'm like, how are they not putting points on board? They scored 13 against the Titans. They scored about 23 against a horrible Jets team, and that Jets team turned the ball over like 4 times, whatever it was. I mean, they were going against freaking Luke Falk,
right?
And they couldn't do anything. And then against the Rams, they couldn't do anything. So I don't know. I don't know if it's people have film on Baker. I don't know if Baker's a little too full of himself. I don't know if Cleveland is just kind of they bought into all the preseason hype themselves and think that they can go out there and not play because they think talent alone is going to win without working. There's a lot that goes into a football game. But he's been bad, and there's no doubt about it. And look at it this way: I don't know how many rushing touchdowns Baker Mayfield probably has, probably none. So Daniel Jones in one game has more touchdowns than Baker has in 3 games. Baker, shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth, Baker. Shut your mouth. Stop talking about our Giants. Stop talking about our fans. And that it's too premature for me to say he's better than Baker after 1 game. But he definitely could be. I'll put it that way. And I love Baker. I love him as a leader, but Daniel Jones looked damn good on Sunday, and Baker's looked pedestrian so far this year. Not to mention last year, like I said, go back and look at his numbers when he played good defenses. He did not play well. So we'll see. We'll see. I think my personal opinion, I saw the quote. It was a guy from ESPN. I forget his name. He's a former defensive tackle, I think. I think it was kind of like a hot take where a guy's trying to get his voice out there before anybody else does. And it's too premature, in my opinion, to be saying that he's better than Baker. It's just too premature.
Well, I mean, to be fair, before Daniel Jones played a snap in the NFL, I said he'd be better than 3 NFL quarterbacks.
That is true.
Including Sam Darnold. And there's a former Jet head coach that I think came out and said the same thing.
Rex Ryan made a video on that yesterday. Yes.
Right?
Now let's be fair.
It.
I don't know if you got a chance to see my video, but let's be fair about Rex Ryan. When it comes to evaluating the quarterback position, he's not the most. He's the same guy that backed up Mark Sanchez and put his wife. He made her get a tattoo of Mark Sanchez's jersey on her body because he thought he was going to be the guy that led him to a Super Bowl.
Listen, sexy Rexy sucks. Okay, but to be fair, he's the head coach of the Jets. I don't know what the tattoo thing is about, but he can't knock his own quarterback. He can't be like,
oh,
Jesus,
of course.
This sucks.
Of course.
Although if somebody was going to do it, it would have been him. That's for sure. But hey, like I said, Rex Ryan came out and said this. I said this a month ago. Nor that. 6 weeks ago, I said that he'll be better than Sam Darnold. Rex watches my videos too. It's good to know.
Yeah, I mean, it was nice to hear. It was. I mean, I think he definitely can be. I think he definitely can be. So an article today that claimed that some other reporters are taking credit for Danny Don. Yeah, we talked about that yesterday, Chet.
Yeah, we all know where it came from.
And thank you guys for being here. If you haven't done so, and thank you for putting the link out there, MH. Hit that link. You can subscribe, ring the bell, go into the description, sub up, Bad Doggy Dizzle.
The MH is the man.
Yeah. But yeah, it's 11. We'll talk to the chat. We could talk all night about the Giants and that performance. I mean, like we said,
yes,
it feels nice to get a win. I think it was our first since December 9th.
Oh God, it's just unbelievable to win a game.
Yeah.
Just like I said, we lose on a 61-yarder in Philly in 2017. We lose on a 63-yarder in Carolina last year. Just no way he's missing that field goal. Somehow he missed a field goal.
And he missed 2 extra points before that. You're like, there's no way. There's no way.
Right. He hit a 52-yarder. He hit another field goal. They were like, just another terrible loss to the Giants, and he missed it. And I'm sitting there going in the back of my mind, maybe their mojo is swinging. Maybe the clouds are starting to lift. We ever did get to 3-2. We ever beat the Giants ever did beat the Vikings. And I don't want to overlook Washington because there's no easy wins in the league, especially with our team.
With our defense,
But we ever got to 3-2. You ever beat Minnesota, who's a perennial contender for that division, and that's a tough division. Then then I think we're going to start to believe maybe we really can be.
And they got Arizona week 7, a winnable game at home.
Yep, and then we got you got Miami, you got the Jets. I mean, these are teams we should beat.
You got teams you can beat still left on the schedule.
So
win the next 2 guys, and you never know. You never know. That's
NFC North is tough though, man. The Bears, the
Lions
Bears,
are undefeated.
Lions, I know that's what I'm saying. That's a tough division. It's a tough
the Lions
division.
are 2-1. They should be 3-0. They blew that lead against the Cardinals. Do you think we could get Ramsey for Eli? No. Nobody's taking Eli at this point. I mean,
no.
I mean, and their rookie Minshew's playing well.
Yeah,
the Jaguars.
Eli's not going anywhere.
Yeah, they're not taking Eli. You forgot what it looks like to lose. Don't get used to it, buddy. Your Cowboys got 2 tough games coming up. Everybody's sleeping on the Saints. Saints got a damn good football team. They still went out into Seattle yesterday. They won by almost a touchdown. So don't sleep on the Saints. They're going to beat you Cowboys this week.
He shouldn't have forgot what it feels like to lose. They didn't lose that long ago. They lost their last game last year. So, I mean, and
they've ended at least every season that's gone to the postseason since the mid-'90s with a loss.
Yeah, I mean, Goat wasn't even alive the last time they won a Super Bowl. You know, I mean, I don't even know what the hell he's talking about.
Maybe,
True.
but thank you guys for being here. If you haven't done so, please hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell. Barstool Sports released Danny Dime shirts with Daniel Jones's head on a dime. I love it. Cool stuff. Noah.
You know what's hilarious about that? I tried to design that on Teespring and I couldn't get it to work. Swear to God.
Really?
I was going to design that shirt. Yep. I swear to God. Swear to God. I was going to put his head on a dime and put Danny Dimes in the back of the shirt. No, no lie. No lie. I just couldn't figure out how the hell to do it.
Couldn't figure out how to do it, yeah.
I couldn't figure out how to do it.
Ugh.
And besides that, again, I worry about trademark stuff. So I didn't know how that works, but.
And Amir says, no, Amir, there's just like 250 people in here. You're not invisible. He says, damn, Chris, am I invisible? No, you're right there. Everybody go on over, check out Amir's channel, The Sports Critic. Thank you for tuning into the stream. Champ Life Boxing in the house. Thank you to everybody for being here. Alex Sports.
Champ Life Boxing's the man. Champ Life Boxing. I've known him for a long time. He's awesome. He's a good guy. If you guys like boxing stuff, that's your guy right there. Champ Life. But he's also a huge Giants fan. But that's your guy.
Chris, should I put Minshew on my fantasy team? Please read, Ligma says. I don't think so. Especially not in a one quarterback lead.
Hell no.
I would love to see Solder and Jenkins interviewed after the game. Any reason reporters didn't interview them? Clock says. It's a great question. Those are the two guys. I mean, I guess because everything was all about the win and the missed field goal and Danny Dimes and celebrating the win. But you're right. Yeah. I mean, Daniel Jones saved Janoris Jenkins and Gay, the field goal kicker.
He did. Yeah, they saved him. And I'll tell you right now, I think the reporters left Jenkins alone because all that was on their mind was hashtag shit fondue, and one of them would have slipped and called them that.
Want to see Samuel out there so bad. Guys, Samuel can't stay healthy. That guy just seems like he's always going to be, I kill your vibe. You got to keep showing up. You get a wrench.
Yep.
Do you watch Mr. Chuck Knox? No, I do not.
I do. I've known Chuck Knox for 4 years. The thing is, Chuck Knox never responds to anything you write in the comments, which I always like when video makers take the time to respond since you're responding to their stuff. So at least, give something to let you know you read the thing. I mean, sometimes I have videos with a ton of comments, so I can't comment to everything, but I always put that I love the comments just to show you that I read it.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah. I always do that. New to the channel, will be on most live streams if I'm not at work. I appreciate that. Just keep coming back. You'll get it. Mets won. Yeah, good to know. Like, they're still pretty much out of it, but it's good to hear that they won.
They're done.
Yeah.
They're done, guys. But
Evan Ingram All-Pro this year. Yeah, he's got a shot. He's got 200-yard games already. He's got a shot. He's probably on pace to have the most yards at the position, I would think.
Yeah.
I don't know the stats around the league right now. What's going on, Delano? Thank you for tuning in to the stream, buddy.
Delano.
Is Baker a bust right now? No, it's way too early to say that. And he played his best game this week.
As soon as they started playing in press coverage, which was what he did at Georgia, he's back to playing really well. That zone crap was not for him.
The last 6 quarters, he played a good second half against the Bills when they put him in.
Because they went to press coverage.
Yeah,
that's yes. I know, Batgirl. No Longhorns game for you, but Sooners for me. I don't know if I'm going to be able to stream that game. My wife's got something going on again this weekend, and that's at noon, which sucks because I have to do the damn Sooners. I don't think I'm going to be able to do them.
What's going on, Jet G? Thank you for popping into the stream. They're done. You got to believe. Also, blank the Yankees coach. What's going on, Rich Jr.? Thank you for tuning into the stream, buddy. Hey, guys. Sorry. No, Nick Young, thank you for being here. If you guys haven't done so, hit that thumbs up. Entertaining Bad Dog. You two should do a podcast together. I'll do it. I should start a podcast.
Isn't this a podcast?
I mean, yeah, technically this is a podcast in a way. Hey, it's just a live show. Right, it pretty much is a podcast. Yeah. Yeah, it pretty much is.
Yeah.
My first time watching live. Well, thank you for being here, Fernando. Do you guys think we should go back to the 4-3 defense? DJ, no. I'm gonna tell you why. You got to give it a little more time. They drafted players specifically to fit the 3-4. So if you did that, like Lorenzo Carter's meant to play in the 3-4. They've got guys here that are meant to play in the 3-4. You got to let it play out, in my opinion. Maybe you differ on that.
No, I think that's what you drafted it for. I don't think you. I don't think he'd go to a 4-3. Not with Betcher there. That's not his system. It'd be I don't know how Betcher would run a 4-3.
He wouldn't.
So
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, if a new defensive coordinator comes in here, hey, listen, I don't like Rex Ryan, but I would take him as a defensive coordinator. I mean, he knows
One
what
of the
he's
best
doing.
ever. One of the best
You
ever.
know, I would take him as a defensive coordinator. But yeah, I think we have to stick with the 3-4. I don't think you can change that right now, especially since it's so early in the season. Let these guys get used to the system.
Yeah, you got to play it out. You got to give them at least till the end of next season, in my opinion. Too many people tonight can't even ask a question. Well, Charles Dale, I'm trying my best. Trying my best. Thank you to everybody for being here, though. I do appreciate it. Who do you think we should draft this year? Edge rusher, secondary, O line. Edge rusher would be number one for me. Edge rusher number one for
Yeah,
me. O line number two.
definitely. Yep,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, if we're gonna spend money, I'd spend it on a wide receiver. I would rather get the young pass rusher, the young lineman, and then go out there and get your 20. Although I think we looked at, there's really no big free agent wide receivers. I think Devin Funchess was the best guy we saw.
Yeah,
So
based on age. Yeah.
yeah, that's not very good.
No, not very good at all. Let's go, champ. Great subscriber, man. Thank you for popping in, buddy. He says, do you think Nate Solder will see the last year of his contract? Probably not. Probably not. I don't remember how long it was. What was it, 5 years?
I don't remember if it was 4 or 5, honestly.
I bet you they cut him by the last year of the contract when it doesn't carry too much of a dead cap hit. But he'll definitely be here through next year for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna. I see DVSOP says I'd be cutting Jack Rabbit. If they don't trade Jenkins this year, they're cutting him next year. It saves $11 million. Jenkins will not be here. Kareem Martin will not be here. Alec Ogletree will not be here. I mean, that's $23 million. And Red Ellison will not be here. That's $28 million that they're going to save by getting rid of those 4 guys. I already know that's going to happen. So,
have a good night, Amir. Thank you for being here, buddy. Thank you for being here. Going over there, check out his channel. He says he has 2 years left after this year. Okay. So, without looking at his contract, I don't know the dead cap hit. I don't know what they're going to do in the draft. You know, there's a lot of factors. But say it's like a $4 million dead cap hit, and they draft a tackle in this year's draft, good chance they cut him to save that money. What's going on, Hot Take?
I've seen Charles ask it. I've seen Charles ask this question a lot. He says, Bad Dog should be worried about future injuries by the way Jones sits in there and takes in the pocket, takes hits. No. I mean, quarterbacks have to learn how to take hits. They should be taking hits. Obviously, you don't want them to get hit. That's on the offensive line. But, I mean, you don't want your quarterback to you don't want Daniel Jones to do what Eli Manning was doing at the end of his career because he took too many hits, which is just going down to the ground and dumping it into the ground or checking it down every time. He wouldn't stand in there. This is why I talked about getting rid of Eli and moving on to Daniel Jones, because Eli just wouldn't do that anymore. And he was slow through progressions, and he just wasn't confident. And I saw that. He wasn't confident. Daniel Jones is confident.
Yeah, no, I agree. You can't really worry about that. I mean, Carson Wentz, you worry about it. Yeah, I mean, he tries to extend plays too much, but Daniel Jones is going to have to learn as he goes. We got 2 questions, 2 super chats. Thank you very much. Pachi79 says, thank you very much, by the way, Pachi. $2 super chat. You can forget about it. He said, should Eli go to the Jaguars? If they wanted him, by all means, I don't see it because Gardner Minshew has played well. I see the match there with Tom Coughlin, and obviously Nick Foles is out, but Minshew's played well there, so I just don't see the match. And Nick Young with a $5 super chat. Hopefully my chat's not. Let me click it up here because my chat just went all the way down. Okay, thank you very much, Nick Young, for the super chat. $5 super chat. Bends the knees. Why would you guys cut? Who would you guys cut when Tate and Beal come back? That's a really good question. Let me think about that. When Tate and Beal come back, who would you cut? Well, you're going to cut the wide receiver at the back end of the rotation, which would be maybe T.J. Jones, but he's played well.
Yeah. I don't know.
And Beal, when Beal comes back, corner position. What's his name? Hamilton, right?
Yeah, Antonio Hamilton's probably going bye-bye.
And I got another one. I missed it. Let me scroll up. Oh, Jet G, thank you so much for the super chat. $2 super chat. You can forget about it. He says, do you think they should have kept Spags? I love Spags, with the first Super Bowl team. But by the same token, well, they did play good. He was the DC in 2016, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so they were good that year. Maybe they should have. That's a good question.
Yeah, because he was there in 2017. He finished out the season as our head coach. So yeah, he was there.
Yeah, that's a good question.
But now when you hire a new head coach,
You
he's
got to let
bringing
him
in his
bring in his
guys.
guys. Yeah.
You know, Jerry says, "Bad Dog, I got the Bad Dog 7676 shirts. Now, since you're Bad Dog Sports, you're coming out with a new shirt. I have hoodies. I don't have shirts. I have two different hoodies. You can go to any of my recent videos. Links are in there. I have one with the dog logo. It's just pretty much the same design, just says sports instead of 7676. And I have a letter hoodie too without the logo. But they're both of the links are in my new videos, live streams, probably for the last week or so. They've been in there, so you can find those in there.
Julian says, "Is Benny Cunningham good?" Honestly, I don't remember him. Okay, well, Benny Cunningham, I do remember him just because I'm an avid fantasy football player, and I think I had him as a handcuffed in like 2015. He's a change of pace back. He's a guy that could catch a couple balls out of the backfield. He's not a world beater. He's got about 1,000 yards career receiving, 800 yards on the ground. He's not going to be a difference maker. He's going to be a guy that maybe if we do bring him in, gives you 5, 6, 7 touches a game and can catch a couple of balls. That's what he is.
Yeah. Zenner, Cunningham, or Anderson? Who are you guys taking? Oh, I always loved the name Zach Zenner. But out of those guys, probably C.J. Anderson.
Yeah, Anderson's the most experienced. I would go with Anderson. Why would we didn't get rid of Ogletree like Wheeler? He's hurt. You got it, Julian.
Yeah, he's hurt. Pulled a hamstring on a
Uh,
play that should have never happened.
Bro, Dallas is -3 at the Saints, all due to Breeze. Breeze started that game. Saints -4, so Breeze worth the TD. That's nuts. Cox, and you're always right. Whenever the line looks funky, you always say bet the team that that you think that you wouldn't normally pick. But I'm picking the Saints in that game. I'm telling you right now. I think the Saints are going to win that game outright. I don't agree with the Dallas being favored by 3 in New Orleans.
See, in college football, you always pick the team where it looks like they're going to kick the ass. That's why I'm good at that.
Yeah.
Ohio State giving 38.5 to Miami of Ohio. Out of hell with it. Give me Ohio State. They won 76-5. So yeah.
Cruzon's in that. What's going on, Cruzon? He says everyone is getting on Jenkins for good reason, but Solder really sucked. Oh, Cruzon.
He's terrible.
We mentioned him. He was garbage. Last year was bad the first half too.
Yeah, awful. I called him out during that live stream a number of times. I didn't go out of my way to make a video because Solder didn't say. The only reason I made that video on Jenkins is because he said shit about the defensive line and then came out and played horrible. That was why. If Jenkins never said a word, I would have just ripped him the way I did in the live stream. I would have never went out of my way to make a video.
You would have just mentioned him in the post game.
Yeah, I would have never made a video about shit fondue had he done that. But that's his name. He has shit fondue from now on.
Until proven otherwise. Hey, guys, do you think Zimenez should get more snaps on defense?
Yes.
He had a sack this week. So, yeah, why not? I mean, if he got a sack, he's better than most of the guys.
Yeah.
Alonzo, I'm with you. I don't understand why they didn't bring Alonzo Russell back with all the injuries they've had and the suspension of Tate.
It's weird because they kept him and then they cut him the next day.
Yeah. And I thought that
replaced the Cody Core.
Liquid Wheel score prediction. It's too early. I haven't really looked into the numbers yet, but I'm going to pick the Giants to win. And right now I'll go 24-20 Giants.
I'm going to go 30-23 Giants.
I'll take it. However it works. Hey, Chris, I called last week and said, congratulations, man. Listen, congratulations, man. I'm glad you were right, Yvonne. I'm glad you were right. Listen, when I say a quarterback's going to do okay and somebody tells me he's going to do great, I hope the person who says he's going to do great is right and I'm wrong. I just give you my unbiased opinion.
Right. Well, our skipper had 1 tackle. We didn't see him other than that.
Yeah. Would you guys sign Brandon Marshall? Yes, I would. They didn't.
Linebacker Brandon Marshall, not wide receiver Brandon Marshall.
Yeah. Nate Stupar is like, eh. Well, King Envy in that. What's going on, my man? Thank you for popping. He says, stand up. Slayton is a sleeping giant. He may become a key part of the future. I agree with that.
And again, remember, Jones and Slayton were the ones that worked together in training camp because Jones worked with the second unit guys. Eli worked with the starters. So Daniel Jones worked with, your TJ, although you would never know he wasn't working with Shepard and Ingram, the way he, played with those guys too.
Slayton has everything you want in a wide receiver. He's tall. He's fast. He's got to learn how to run routes a little bit better, but he could jump. And Cruz on, thank you so much for the super chat. Great subscriber, both of ours. $2
Yeah.
super chat. You can forget about it. He says, was our pass rush good last game or Tampa Bay O-line bad? It's a great question. One thing I will say, Cruz on, the last 2 weeks we've gotten 7 sacks.
In the second half, yep.
Combined, we've gotten 7 sacks. So, I mean, hopefully, the Bills aren't known to have the best O-line either. They're improved, but probably a little bit of both, if we're being honest. But you got to give the Giants a little credit for getting 4 sacks.
Yeah, definitely. It's great. We got to just hope we keep getting pressure on these guys. I mean, that's what causes turnovers. I mean, the bull rush, I did not count as a sack, but Marcus Golden had the bull rush there that forced the turnover because Winston couldn't step into the throw. He threw it behind the receiver, and Conley ended up with the interception. So the Giants winning 17-0. It's the 1986 NFC Championship game all over again, beating Washington 17-0. It's a good game.
Do you know Sean Payton said this is the most talented? I did not know that, Cox, but makes sense. They have a ton of talent on that team on both sides of the football. I'm not shocked by it.
Yeah.
What's going on, Lamel Sinclair? He says Case Keenum will put up over 30 points on our defense if they don't play well early. I mean, that's fair to say. I mean, the Cowboys put up a ton. The Bills could have put up a lot more. They played conservative in the second half. And the Bucs could have put up more. They missed a field goal, 2 extra points. It's fair to say that.
Yeah. Well, I think that all those offenses are better than well, maybe not the Bills. Bills' offense ain't really good, and we made Josh Allen look like he was a world beater. And he stinks.
Here's the difference. If Daniel Jones could play like that again, if we're able to convert on thirds down, and I don't know the stats, I don't have them in front of me, but I know we converted 5 third and longs. So if we're able to convert third longs at the clip we did, as opposed to when Eli was the quarterback, that will help the defense because it keeps the offense on the field longer.
I don't remember the final stats, but at one point we were 6 for 11 in third down conversions. We were 5 of 24 going into that game. So we had converted more first downs halfway through the third quarter of that game than we did all season. And that helps your defense because when your offense is on the field, the other team can't score on offense. I mean, obviously, they can pick up a pass, or recover a fumble and return it. But most of the time, that's not going to happen. So your offense is out there driving, having the ball for 7-8 minutes. Your defense is rested, and the other team can't score like that. So that's why third down conversions are huge. They extend drives. They add to your time of possession. They keep the defense off the field. It's good to see that Daniel Jones can do that. We saw him do it with his feet, and something Eli just couldn't do. He didn't have that in him. Daniel Jones has that extra aspect to his game that Eli did not. Something that defenses haven't had to prepare for against their team in 15 years.
Ever.
Well, 15 years. 20, whatever it is, 29 years since Hostetler was here.
Yeah, and he was not even there that long. Pumpkin in the chat, he says, how many pumps in the before we do? What's going on, Pumpkin? Thank you for tuning into the stream, my man. Thank you for being a great subscriber. I always notice him because it's bright yellow.
Yeah, it's Walter White, isn't it?
Do you think? Yes, it is. Do you think Baker could be a top 10 corner one day? Yeah, I think he could. He was the number 1 drafted corner in this year's draft for a reason. I mean, the guy who goes first in the draft at a position you'd like to think has the possibility of being a top 10 player at his position.
Yeah, you would think so.
Yeah. Chris, make me the line if Drew was healthy against Dallas. I think right what you said. I think it would be a 7-point difference. I think maybe even more. Saints at home, because usually you give the home team 3. I would think it'd be at least 6 or 7. It's almost like they're giving Dallas like 9 or 10 points because Breeze isn't playing.
I still think I don't think the Saints would be favored by that much at home over Dallas.
At least 4. I don't. At least 4. If they give the home team 3, usually.
4, 3.5. I don't think it would be anything. I don't think it would be 5 or anything. I think it'd be close. Dallas is not a pushover.
Oh no, but the Saints are great. The Saints are great at home. Saints are great.
They are, but the Rams beat them there last year.
Yeah. With the help of the referee.
Right.
Maybe Jenkins gets picked up by Washington since they seem to like picking through the Giants. Good point there, Delano.
Yeah.
And we'll give it to them.
They love our church. Yeah.
Carson Wentz is overrated or underrated? He's injury prone. That's my answer.
I don't think he's either overrated or underrated. I think he's rated where he should be, honestly.
I think he's injury prone. I think he's got a lot of talent, but I worry about him staying on the field.
Yeah. If he goes down, the Eagles are done.
Yeah.
The Eagles are 1-2 with him. Can't say I'm not enjoying that.
Oh, man. Darnell, thank you so much for the super chat. $2 super chat. You can forget about it. He says, watching Reservoir Dogs, this movie is awesome. You seen Reservoir Dogs?
No.
That's my favorite director of all time. So I love all Pulp Fiction. You see Pulp Fiction?
Tarantino. I saw part of that. I didn't see the whole thing.
Yeah, Pulp Fiction. What was the Nazi movie he made? Inglourious Bastards.
Never saw that.
Django Unchained.
Nope.
Kill Bill. Love all those
Nope.
movies. Love all those movies. But yeah, Darnell, enjoy it. That's a great movie. Let's see. What are your thoughts on Dak Prescott? My thoughts on Dak Prescott, Cleveland Brown. He's a solid quarterback. I think he's a solid quarterback. I think you could win with him. I don't think he's a star. But I think he could win with him.
I think he benefits from being on one of the best overall teams in the NFL. I think if you put him on an average team, he's garbage.
I think he's an average quarterback.
I think average, and that's it. I can't wait for him to get $38 million.
Yeah, I'm rooting for you. If you're a Cowboy fan, I'm rooting for you guys to sign him.
I hope you sign him.
Yeah. It would make Gettleman look better if he drafted the past 2 offensive rookies of the year. I'll take mixed lights. Let's be fair, okay? And I know a lot of people don't like Gettleman, and it's only one game for Daniel Jones. I'm not gonna say he's a finished product yet, but let's be fair. If you don't like Gettleman, look at his drafts. I think we all like Saquon Barkley. I think most of us like Will Hernandez where we got him. Lorenzo Carter was a good pick. B.J. Hill was a good pick for where you got him. A lot of third-round picks don't even make the team.
Yep.
So we'll see what we'll let know. But and then this year
We haven't seen R.J. McIntosh at all.
I haven't seen McIntosh. Been banged up, but Daniel Jones. So far, we're happy. We still got to see DeAndre Baker play better. I get it. Dexter Lawrence. I think he's gonna be good.
Yep. But look at his late-round picks, guys.
X-Man.
I mean, look at Ryan Conley, 5th-round pick. Yeah. Darius Slayton, 5th-round pick.
Darius Slayton. 5th-round pick at almost 100 yards.
Shane Zeminis, who's been very good, 3rd-round pick. You can see it. Julian Love, Corey Ballantyne. These guys can play. Yeah. I mean, they're all there, and those are later-round picks. Now, our 7th-round picks didn't make it, but that is what it is. A 7th-round pick make it. It's very rare anyway.
And walking free from your lips to God's ears, man. He says Giants got the quarterback now, star on the rise, long time coming.
Go.
If he's the real deal, put him in there under center for the next 15 years, and let's ride him to a couple of championships, just like we did for Eli Manning. Let's do it.
Hell yeah, man.
Giants are favored by 3. That sounds about right. I would say these teams are about even with Saquon Barkley out. Giants are at home. Should be favored by about 2.5, 3.5 points. Do you think Eli Manning would have won the game? Danny Juan, I love Eli Manning. I'm going to be honest. No. Would not have won the game. Would not have won the game.
No way. We would have got blown out if he was in there.
Cruz on, thank you so much for the super chat. $2 super chat. You can forget about it. He says pass rusher or offensive tackle next year's draft. Okay. Cruz on, I'm going to be fair. Great question, because I think those are our 2 biggest needs. We said that earlier. Depends on the free agency market. It depends, where they spend their money. Do they spend their money on a Darrell Williams, as the offensive tackle? Do they spend it on a pass rusher? It depends how they address it in free agency before I can answer that question. But if they don't address either, I would go with the pass rusher in the first round, personally. Yeah.
I also think it depends on which one's the better player. I mean, if somebody falls to them and, it's a better offensive tackle, I would take the tackle. I mean, if it's a better pass rusher, I'd take the pass rusher. I think it depends on who's the better fit for the team, which one's the more talented. Chase Young, I would love Chase Young.
It depends what we're picking too, like you said. Yeah.
Yep.
Depends what we're picking. And let's see what we got. Welcome free, call me Nicolas Cage. Entertainer Bad Dog is only man in America in his 40s that can say he did not just see one of those movies. Embarrassing, bro.
I don't have time to watch movies. I am a very busy guy, so I really do not have time to watch movies.
He likes the.
I just don't have time.
He knows what he likes. You like the Twilight Zones.
Yeah.
You like the horror movies.
Yep. A lot of times when I'm watching a movie, I go to sleep, and that's about it. That's about the only time you're gonna catch me watching a movie. I work, 9 to 12 hours a day. I have a wife. I have a 2-year-old. I go to the gym. You don't get these by sitting there watching movies. So I do that. I come here. I make my videos. A lot of times my videos are made when I first get home from work. Then I go to the gym, then I come home, I eat dinner, and then I usually I'm doing live streams. What 3 times or Tuesday, Friday, Sooners games, and then Sunday I'm doing it all day. I don't have time for movies. I just don't.
I don't
I
have
just
time for
don't.
movies either since I've been on YouTube. But I do love them when I do have time. Little Munchie now. So what's going on, Little Munchie? Thank you for tuning in the stream. Let's see what we got here. Hope to see. Yeah, you and me both. You and me both. Gisello Vivo. We both hope the Cowboys lose. What do you guys think of trading for Kenyon Drake? He's probably available. I mean, the Dolphins suck. Depends on the price. If you're giving away for a 6th-round pick, it's not a horrible suggestion, actually. I didn't even think.
No. I mean, if we get Kenny and Drake for nothing, I would. I mean, he's got talent.
Yeah. I'm not giving away a high pick, a decent pick for him because we already have Barkley. But if you're giving away for next to nothing, I would take a shot on him. Why not?
Yeah.
And what's going on, Chris? Thank you for popping into the stream. We're sorry, bro. You look like you need a vacation. Guys, let's not trade. Yeah, Ken. Bad dog. You don't want to make Bad Dog a Mad Dog.
I can always use a vacation.
Does Eli Manning retire or do the Giants cut or release him? Q-Dog, love the question. I hope he retires. I do. Because I used to say that I wanted him to keep playing if he felt like he wanted to play. And if he does, by all means. You know, I never tell a guy to stop working if he feels like he can still work. The only way I personally want him to still play, it's got to be a perfect situation. It's got to be a team that I think can compete to win a Super Bowl, that has a strong defense and a good supporting cast. If that was the case, and I don't know how many teams that would work for, I'd be for it. But other than that, I'd like to see him retire.
Clocks, those movies are 20. You know how old I was 20 years ago? 22. You think I was in my house watching movies when I was 22? No, sir. I was out being Bad Dog. That's what I was doing when I was in my early 20s. I wasn't watching movies then either. Wasn't doing it then either. Never been much of a movie guy. Just haven't been. I don't have it in me to sit down and watch a damn movie. I just don't.
And movies aren't for everybody. Eli, if you retired as a Giant, we'd all love. Yeah, I hope most Giant fans love him regardless. Clowney seems dedicated to Seattle. Well, he better be. I mean, they gave up a hefty price for him. And by the way, if anybody has not done so, please subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell. Join the channel. Hit the thumbs up. Go into the description and sub up Bad Dog Sports. Will be live there on Friday, doing the show, previewing and more extensively the Giants Redskins. I'm sure both of us by that point will have the preview videos up and we'll go over them.
And we're 28 likes away from 200. We got 242 people in here, so I know that we can get 28 more likes and get this thing to 200 likes. I know we can do that.
Let's go.
I know that.
Let's go. Giants should work out Spencer Ware. I didn't know Spencer Ware. Is he available, Spencer Ware? I didn't know that. I didn't see that.
I would definitely take a shot at him if he was available. Why do they call Daniel Jones Danny Dimes, Michael Sharon? Because I coined it and they steal everything from me. It's because he has very accurate passes. That's what that means. Like when somebody's dropping a dime, well, there's two ways to do that. But a basketball player, when they're dishing dimes, it's because they're making great assists. Well, that's what Daniel Jones is. He's dotting all over the place. Danny Dimes, dropping dimes, perfect passes.
Danny throwing dimes. Now, do you think during the Giant game this week when we're calling it, do you think they'll have a graphic of a shit fondue when they show Janoris Jenkins?
I definitely think that they should have a shit fondue next to his name. It should definitely say hashtag shit fondue. And like when they have the primetime games and they announce themselves where they're from, I think Janoris Jenkins should go Jackrabbit shit fondue. I think that's what
I think that works. And I'm expecting to see Chris, any idea how Clowney has performed? To be honest with you, I have not been able to keep up with how Clowney's performed. I could look it up. Not now, but next time I'm live and calling show or something, I'll look it up because I got Bad Dog in front of me now. I honestly have no idea. But I'd like to see a graphic of a shit fondue. A fondue with shit coming out of it. That'd be
I mean, it's pretty much what it is. I mean, it's a shit fondue. Sucks. It's terrible.
Who does Janoris Jenkins check against Red? Well, I think he'll probably be on the rookie McLaurin. Probably. I mean,
it'd be interesting if they put DeAndre Baker on him.
Yeah. Rookie versus rookie.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
Lace him up.
They don't have any receivers that scare me at all. They don't have any. They don't have anything.
Okay, this is now the second person that asked this. I have not heard these rumors. The Cameron Newman. I'm gonna have to look into this because Pavit asked that earlier. He says, "What about the Stephon Diggs rumor saying he wants out?" He said he wanted out before the year. I remember that. I didn't hear anything today.
There's another one. We have to give up a 4th-round pick, 3rd-round pick for Stephon Diggs. You'd give that kid to me.
Oh yeah.
I mean, my God. I mean,
Yeah.
he's phenomenal. Kill for that type of receiver over here to go with Sterling Shepard and Golden Tate, and then you got something.
Yeah, for a 4th-round pick, 3rd-round pick, it's a no-brainer. Beto, could you please read my comment from before Anthony Manzano? Just ask it again. There's a lot of people in the chat. Let's see what we got here. Shepard will torch Newman on man coverage. Yeah, Norman sucks.
Norman, yeah.
He
Norman
sucks.
does suck. Wait till you see what Evan Ingram does to Landon Collins, though.
We're gonna have to give up a first. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I'm not giving up a first rounder for him.
For Diggs, no way in hell. No way. You could draft CeeDee Lamb and have him for 4 years, not have to pay him. We're gonna have to pay Stephon Diggs soon.
Eli Manning retires and becomes an assistant or quarterback coach. It's possible.
I don't think so.
I think he's just the type of guy
I don't think he coach.
Yeah, I think he just wants to relax and enjoy his retirement, probably.
Yep. Eagles 27, Packers 24. No.
I think Packers win. What's going on, Jonathan? Thank you for popping in. And CT asks, would it be realistic to have Daniel Jones shine so much that he would be Offensive Rookie of the Year? I mean, CT, we were talking about this earlier, by the way. Yeah. I mean, you look around. Kyler Murray's not lighting up the league. McLaurin's playing well. Dwayne Haskins hasn't gotten in yet. Most of the guys that were drafted early were defensive players. Josh Jacobs is doing pretty good, I think, with the Raiders. I think he's almost got 300 yards.
Josh Allen's doing pretty good.
Well, he's defense, though.
Oh, offense rookie of the year.
Yeah. Yeah, but right now McLaurin's probably the favorite, but
and Miles Sanders isn't doing anything, and
he's definitely got a shot, Daniel Jones, if he has a good last 13 games. What's going on, Sonic Boom? Thank you for tuning in the stream. Stand up. Can Janoris Jenkins be traded? I think you could be traded for a half a hamburger, actually. Well done.
Yeah. I see all this thing. Yankees must have lost the Rays. Guys, don't worry about home field advantage. We don't want to play the wild card winner anyway. It's going to be Oakland. We don't want Oakland in a short series. Let Houston deal with them. We'll kick the shit out of Cleveland. I'm not worried about Cleveland. Let Oakland go to Houston. Let them play Oakland. I don't want any part of Oakland. Yeah. Not in a 5-game series. Yeah. It's better that we're the 2 seed. Not worried. We don't need home field. I know we killed it at home. No one beats us there, but we'll beat Houston. I don't want to play Oakland. I don't want them.
Will Drew Brees ever win another Super Bowl? Hopefully, for his sake, he does.
Mixlight said I would actually trade Janoris for real shit fondue. Yeah.
Jones is already. Yes, he is, Mateo. He is the betting favorite in Vegas. That came out today.
That's crazy
because he's 2-1.
Because when they first did this, Murray was minus 175, which means you had to pay 175 to win 100. Kyler Murray was the leading rookie of the year candidate for offensive rookie of the year by a mile. Jones might have been 6-1.
No, he was much lower. I saw the original odds today. He wasn't on the first page. He like the first 12 guys, he wasn't there. So he was past 25-1. I didn't see his name yet.
Should have bet on him then.
Yeah, he should have. Is right. Because nobody thought he'd be in until halfway through the year.
Right.
Yeah, I would take a 7th rounder for Jenga. He's garbage.
Yeah.
What do you think of team? Okay, King Envy. Yeah, we've been asked this a lot before. I think we'd get a little more than a 7th, because he's still thought of as at least a corner with.
We're not getting more than a 5th.
I would say a 5th. I think that's what we would get, a 5th.
Yeah.
Why didn't Betcher give Jenkins any safety help? Okay, let's go, Chant. That's now. I think I saw Clocks asked that as well. We talked about that a little earlier, one-on-one. But here's the thing. I think Betcher's strategy was, we got a quarterback who's prone to turning the ball over. I have a blitzing defense. I'm going to send 7, 8 guys at a time to try to create a turnover on Winston. When you do that, obviously that's going to leave you to single coverage. And I think that's what happened. and that's why Winston got those throws out quick because the pass rush was coming, and Evans just beat his man.
Anthony, I got to be honest. I don't know when you're going to pick. I don't know when the Dolphins are going to pick. So I can't tell you who they're going to draft. I can tell you this: if they're picking number one, which they have a good chance of doing, they're going to take Tua. They'd be stupid not to.
Or
They
trade
didn't give
down.
up. They gave up nothing for Josh Rosen. They started Fitzpatrick and over Rosen, which obviously means they don't care about Rosen. If Tua's there at number one, they're taking Tua. They'll probably have Rosen be their backup until his contract's up,
Well, they trade
and
Rosen.
then or they trade Rosen.
Trade
But
Rosen to the Colts.
Either way, Tua's your guy at number one. There's no doubt about that. Or if you're number two, you're getting Chase Young, you're getting Jerry Jeudy, you're getting one of those three players. That's what the Dolphins need to do. You need one of those three guys. The best of the respective positions coming out of the draft. It's early, but that's what I think. I mean, Judy's the best receiver, Chase Young's the best pass rusher, and Tua's the best quarterback. It's not saying much. His quarterback class isn't very good, but
Herbert could be in the end. I think maybe.
Bada Boom says, "You think you have a New York accent?" I know I do because I remember Uncle Lou saying that initially he really liked me because he thought my accent was awesome. He said, he goes, "I never met anyone from New York, but all I can think about is if you met a guy from New York, Bad Dog's a typical New Yorker." So yeah, yes.
Crazy to say Jones takes the 10-6, 9-7, Young Money. Before I even think about that, got to get us to 3-2. Win the next two games, and I'll start thinking maybe.
She ever took us to 10-6. That'd be quite the phenomenal feat.
I hope in the box. Well, that's the wing. We know that is a matchup we're gonna have to exploit in that game. Ingram versus him. Obviously, I mean he was horrible in coverage with the Giants. So
yeah, and Ingram's had 2 out of 3 games. He's had over 100 yards. So, I mean, yeah, he should. Maybe Washington Redskins fans will be calling Collins shit fondue by the end of the game.
Hold on 1 second, babe. I'll be right back.
All right, no problem. Bad Dog and Chris, you guys got to go to the bars and watch a game together in New York City. I don't live in New York City. I kill your vibe. I live about 200 miles north.
Sorry about that.
Of New York City. Yeah, no problem. Shit fondue should be cut. Yes, he should.
What is going on, Egyptian writing? And Q Dog says, "Have you all ever attended a Giants ticker tape?" I did not. I couldn't get off work both times. I wanted to. I couldn't get off work.
No, but I did attend the Yankees one in '98. But I never did a Giants one.
Gangrene David in the house. What's going on, Gangrene David? He says, "Stand up." Thank you for popping in, buddy. Go over there.
I had to tell him earlier that Sam Darnold stinks, and I had to let him know because he was trying to rip on Daniel Jones, and I had to let him know that Sam Darnold has never had a game where he had 4 touchdowns in his entire career. Daniel Jones had one in his first game ever.
Just keep Sam Darnold away from Daniel Jones's lips.
Sam Darnold has mono. Daniel Jones has touchdowns.
What's going on, Detonator? Thank you for popping in, buddy. Do you think Cunningham plays for us? He might, Rudy. They brought him in today for a workout.
Yeah. Anthony, I agree. I think Herbert is more pro ready, but I think Tua is definitely more talented. I think I think that Herbert is definitely more durable than Tua.
And Q-Dog, it will not happen this Sunday. They already announced, from what I read, Case Keenum will be the starter for the Redskins. So that rivalry will not start this Sunday. But second time we play, it should.
Which will be good because by then the defense should be acclimated to what the hell they're doing, and they'll kill Dwayne Haskins because he can't move.
There you go.
They'll kill him. And he'll turn it over because you blitzed Haskins, he's in trouble. I mean, that's the thing. That's the knock at him. He's not good against a blitz. He's not good under pressure. Get pressure on him, and he's going to turn it over. You're going to see that.
Yeah.
It's going to take Haskins a while to develop. They can't. Daniel Jones was a pro-ready quarterback, played 3 years at Duke. Charlie Casserly came out and said he's the most pro-ready quarterback in the draft. That included Kyler Murray, that included Dwayne Haskins. Dwayne Haskins played 1 year at Ohio State, man. That's it. He started 1 year. He's got to. That's a guy that needs to develop. Daniel Jones did not need to develop. That's why I kept screaming that he's ready to start. And he was. I mean, he showed he was.
Wentz or Dak?
Wentz
when healthy. When healthy. I remember last year we were going to do bad, so everyone was calling for Justin Herbert. Yeah, and then he didn't announce he was coming in. Otherwise, he might have been our quarterback. Who knows? The league done
Yeah.
messed up Dwayne Haskins. Yeah.
I wanted Justin Herbert. I like Justin Herbert myself. I liked Justin Herbert.
Yeah, that is crazy. Obviously, with the amount that the Broncos have invested in the pass rush, between Von Miller, who is a free agent next year, who I think they'll probably keep, and Chubb, the guy they drafted in the first round last year, for them not to have a sack is pretty crazy.
No, Anthony, I don't think the NFL will ever do they'll never do a lottery system. No way. No way. People already think the NBA is rigged with the lottery system. The NFL can't afford to do that. They're not going to. They would never go that route.
Yeah.
No way. That would just take a lot of teams off. I
Tanking
mean,
it.
you can't have a 9-7 team picking first overall.
Yeah, and tanking isn't. It does happen. I think the Dolphins are clearly tanking, but tanking isn't as prevalent in the NFL as it is in the NBA. The NBA, a lot of teams tank because one player, even though I mean a quarterback could change your team's fortunes, but more so in basketball, one player could change everything if it's a guy like a LeBron James. So that's why it's so much more common in the NBA.
Yeah. And the Knicks, from game one, they're already in tank mode. The Knicks have been in tank mode since 2000. So
yeah, the New York Tanks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, we really are the New York Tanks.
Yeah. Do you think Gallman will have more yards than Barkley had against the Bucs? I mean, Barkley had, what, 10 yards?
I hope so. Barkley had 12 yards. So
12 yards?
Yeah, I do. I think Gallman. I'm going to say I think Gallman will have. You know, he's not. I don't think he's going to carry the ball a lot, but I think Gallman could have 50 yards on the ground.
I think the running backs are going to have an opportunity in this game because I think that the Redskins are going to view Daniel Jones as the bigger threat. So I don't think they stack the box, and I think if the offensive line gets a push, maybe you can establish the run, make him come up, and then Daniel Jones hits him. So that might be the approach this game. Come out with the run, make them come up, then you hit them.
Yep. And then, of course, if you're establishing the run, then the RPO is even more dangerous. I mean, then you could really run that because then all of a sudden they have to honor the run, and then Jones can pull the ball out of there, and he can either run or he can throw it to Evan Ingram. I mean, that's what's going to make it even harder for Landon Collins is the fact that Daniel Jones can extend plays with his legs, which means Collins has to cover longer, which means Evan Ingram is going to destroy him.
Yeah.
They'll destroy him.
Giants should sign Crabtree. Yeah, I think he's still...
bad culture. They don't want that guy. He's a punk ass. He's not coming here.
So if
they won't do it.
We're to have a bad game if he doesn't get traded already for Diggs, then what? He's going to stay here until we trade him. He's going to start. In my opinion.
They would never take Jonas Jenkins for Stephon Diggs. They're going to want more than that.
Oh, yeah. No.
Remember Paul Perkins, Christian? We cut him and he signed with Detroit.
Kill your vibe. No, we would never give up second and third round pick for. First off, Le'Veon Bell makes way too much money. Second off, we have Saquon Barkley. They're not going to do that. Karen saying, thank you so much for the super chat. $2 super chat. You can forget about it. He says, how about Darius Slayton had big catches first game? Love him.
We mentioned him.
Love him. Has all the other than the route running, which everybody says he needs to work on, but outside of that, he's got everything you can want in a wide receiver. He's tall, he's fast, he's got a great vertical leap. He's got big upside.
Listen, let Shepard and Tate run the routes, and let Slayton just run the flies and the goes. Just let him stretch the field. That's what he's there for. Yeah. You know.
Gotta love it. I love him.
Use him on an end around. Use him on a reverse. Something.
Yeah, and we're going to have a whole new tune if the Giants can win this Sunday. Back to 500. Yeah. We'll be singing a whole new tune. You never know.
Yeah, because I don't remember the last time we were 500. Honestly.
It wasn't last year.
500 at any point in 2017. It was 2016. We were not at any point at 500 the last 2 years.
It's crazy. Let's see what we got. Vikes ain't trading Stephon. I'd be shocked if they do.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, 0-0. We don't count that. Oh, Rickson Conserve, thank you so much for the super chat, man. $5 super chat. Bends the knees. What do you guys think about Ryan Connolly? I've been telling everybody, even before he started, that guy's talent. Number 47 isn't my guy. So number 47, you're talking about Ogletree, right?
Ogletree.
But Connolly has been... We said first game we said when we were doing the play-by-play, his side-to-side quickness was better than I expected, and he's got great instincts on the run. You see him break quick. I like him a lot. It looks as if it's a steal, and hopefully he could be a starter for us for years to come.
I tell you what, I heard somebody comparing him to, and I think it was Kid Blue actually earlier because I was watching him. I was watching his live stream, and he made a good point. He said, "Now, don't kill me for saying this because I'm not saying he's going to be this guy, but he reminds him a little bit of Luke Kuechly. And if you have a poor man's Luke Kuechly and Ryan Connolly, then you completely stole him at 5. But he does because Kuechly's got those instincts and he's all over the field. And you see that with Ryan Connolly. He's all over the field. He's making plays. He's sticking his head in there. He plays hard. He plays the game. He's a football player.
Yeah.
That's a get him drafted.
Yep.
Connolly's
we said that the night of the draft.
Player.
We said that like 2 days after the draft. That's what he went after. DeAndre Baker's not a great athlete. He's a football player. They went after football players in this draft. Same thing with Zimenez. They went after football players.
Connolly's a football player.
And Connolly's a football player. And he was a guy that a lot of people thought was going to be just a special teams contributor, but he's earned that spot as the middle linebacker.
Yep.
Let's see. Which player is a poor man's Lawrence Taylor?
Nobody.
Well, maybe Khalil Mack. Nobody on the Giants.
Khalil Mack's a broke man's Lawrence Taylor.
I'll tell you, Khalil Mack was damn good last night.
You cannot. There's no poor man's
No,
Lawrence
he's not
Taylor.
Lawrence Taylor.
Who?
No, he's not. I said Khalil Mack's not.
Oh no, I'm saying there's broke man Lawrence Taylor. That's as close as you get. You're not even getting a poor man's Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah. But I would say Khalil Mack.
Understand how good he was if you didn't see him play. You just don't get it, man.
It's a shame that the best running back in the league is Benjamin. Hopefully he gets back to healthy. I think that. What do you think about that? You think the Giants are going to play cautious, probably, right? Keep him out probably as long as possible to make sure he's 100%. After the bye.
Since it's a bone and not a tendon, they have a tendency. I mean, it's not like you're going to re-injure your bone. If it was a tendon, you can re-injure those very easily. I think Barkley had this in college and it came back in 2 weeks. So honestly, I bet you Barkley's back in that 4 to 6 week period. I don't think it'll take 7-8 weeks to get there. I think they'd play him. But then again, it depends. If he can play in 5 weeks and we're 4-3, you're going to see him. If we're 2-5, 2-6,
don't rush it.
Then they might say to hell with it. Well, we'll just hold him out till after the bye or something. But if we're sitting there at 5-3, Barkley's coming back. I think that's what'll happen. He can play and we're in the mix. You're going to see it.
We'll have to wait and see. We should preserve him, Javon. I wouldn't rush him back. He's not worth it. Hot take: Bo Jackson is the best running back in NFL history. That is a hot take. Maybe the most talented for a year.
That is incorrect.
Yeah.
He didn't play long enough. I mean,
very talented.
Incredibly talented. Incredible. I mean, I'm old enough to remember the Bo Jackson craze. I remember Bo knows. I remember all that stuff. It was 1988, 89, 90. I was right in my teenage years. So, I mean, I looked up to Bo. Bo was the man, but definitely not the best running back in history. Not even the best running back in the Raiders.
Is he the best athlete in terms of the four? I'm not talking about like Olympic athletes. The best
athlete I've ever seen.
Best athlete you've ever seen?
Best athlete I've ever seen is Bo Jackson. Never seen anybody like that in my life. There's nobody. He superhuman. His speed, his strength is just. I remember catching maybe the Yankees. Against the Yankees, he caught the ball. He like ran up the wall. Yeah. The guy could hit the ball over the moon. The guy ran like a 4.2 40. He could run over anybody like he did Brian Bosworth. He was. You'll never see. I haven't seen an athlete close to Bo Jackson. That's the greatest athlete I ever saw.
What about Barkley? Is it close?
Barkley couldn't play baseball.
Yeah.
Deion
Sanders played both.
Yeah, but he wasn't a great Bo Jackson was a great baseball player.
Yeah.
Great at both of them. Deion was okay at baseball, and he was very good as a corner, but that was it. He was very good at coverage. He couldn't tackle to save his life.
Right.
Right. Bo Jackson was everything.
Yeah. Best back in the. I agree with you, Donald. I think Barry Sanders is the greatest running back who ever lived.
Me too.
How alarming is it? The Nate Solder situation. What can we do with all the money he's making? So, real New York Giants mafia. We're gonna have to stick with that money. You're not putting him anywhere. Nobody's taking that contract. You just gotta hope he gets better.
And not to mention, we take a massive cap hit for that. Massive.
Yeah.
Man,
I think 11. Maybe even 10 wins takes the NFC East. Probably 11 though. I think the Cowboys get 11.
11 wins?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe even 12. Cowboys got a good team.
I picked them to go 11-5 and win the division.
Shaquan was a really good wrestler in high school in PA, the best wrestling state in the country. Well, there you go. Yeah, what's that? Did you know, obviously, Jim Brown, he's from Long Island originally.
Yep.
And he was a phenomenal lacrosse player. A lot of people say he was the greatest lacrosse player who ever lived. But
yeah, I've heard that.
But you couldn't go, I guess, professional back then.
Right.
They said it was his best sport.
Yeah.
Moss isn't the best wide receiver ever. No, Moss is top 3 or 4.
Second.
Not the best, though.
Second behind Jerry Rice.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Have a good night, Jared Williams. Thank you for being here, buddy. You hear the Eagles are thinking about trading Zach Ertz and a first rounder for Jalen Ramsey?
I did because I watched EEP's video and him telling that he'd go burn down Harry Roseman's house if he made that trade.
It makes sense, to be honest. They have another tight end in Goddard, and they'd get a first with the corner?
No, they would be trading a first.
Oh.
They would Ertz and a first for Jalen Ramsey.
Oh, never mind. I wouldn't do that. What's going on, Authentic? Thank you for popping in the stream.
I think they should do it.
Oh, yeah.
I
please do it.
I think that they should, because then they have to pay Jalen Ramsey and their cap situation is still the same, and they get rid of a first-round pick. I think that they definitely should do that.
I think so, too. What are they waiting for?
Yeah.
How about Jonathan Taylor coming out of the draft? I don't know enough about him. Mixed lights. The plumber Megatron is top 5.
Jonathan Taylor, for who? I mean, he's the best running back in the country probably, but we're not going to – I mean, the Giants aren't going to need him.
Yeah, we're not taking him back.
Yeah, he's a Wisconsin back. He's special. That kid's special. That kid can play.
What's going on, Tyler Miller? Thanks for popping in the stream, buddy. Thank you to everybody for being here. We're going to be closing this out in about 7 or 8 minutes, but if you haven't done so, hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell, go into the description, sub up. Bad Dog Sports will be over there on Friday night. Thank you to everybody for being here. Really do appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Rocky, thanks for coming in, man. Thanks for coming in. The difference between Ertz and Goddard is night and day. Well, yeah, it's night and day. I was saying if you were getting a first rounder and the corner, I misread it. Giants got to get Jerry Judy.
I definitely think the Eagles should definitely pull that trade. I mean, all the Eagle fans came out and said they were getting Jalen Ramsey, so I would love them to do that. Howie's a magician. The cap don't apply to us. Do that trade, please. Please put Zach Ertz on Jacksonville. I don't want to see that guy ever again. So, yes, put him down there.
What's going on, New York for Life? Thanks for popping in, buddy. Thanks for popping in.
What's up, New York for Life?
Right now, would you still draft Daniel Jones over Josh Allen? Yes, Q. I mean, well, don't ask me that. It's still only one game, and Josh Allen looked great the same week. He had 2 sacks. I'll put it this way. If Daniel Jones is a top 10 quarterback, which he looks like he could be, it was the right pick, no matter what. So, hopefully that's the case.
And I'm going to say this right now. There's no doubt in my mind other teams wanted Daniel Jones. He wasn't going to be there at 17. There's not a doubt in my mind.
Yeah, no, I agree.
They can lie all they want, but there's no way. Because I'll tell you this. I know the Giants tried to trade up to get Josh Allen, and I know all this stuff. So Denver is saying they didn't want Daniel Jones, but they traded back to, number 20. So if Denver didn't want Daniel Jones, the Giants definitely could have worked a deal because Jacksonville wasn't taking Daniel Jones. They'd signed Nick Foles. Detroit was not taking them because he had Matt Stafford. And Buffalo was not going to take him because they just drafted Josh Allen. So at number 10 sits Denver. The Giants could have easily drafted Josh Allen and traded up to number 10 to Denver to get Daniel Jones.
Unless Denver was taking Daniel Jones.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So why wouldn't Denver, who traded back to 20, why wouldn't they have traded with the Giants at number 17?
Unless they wanted Daniel Jones.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So they can say about it all they want.
Right.
But and I know the Giants are trying to work this stuff. So if Denver was willing to trade back to 20, why wouldn't they have traded back to 17 and got a better pick if they didn't want Daniel Jones? They're full of shit. So that's another thing that I started, when I did all the Daniel Jones stuff. I said, these guys really did want Daniel Jones. They did.
Yeah.
Washington was the one I definitely heard wanted Daniel Jones.
They're just saying that because of all the outrage. I love the Cowboys getting destroyed. Yeah, we all do. As great as Josh Allen will be, most important, we got our quarterback. Exactly. I mean, if he's our quarterback, it was the right pick. It was the right pick.
Yes, because a quarterback definitely has bigger impact than a defensive end. At the end of the day, quarterback is your most important position on your team.
Yeah, if he's legit. Now he's got to be better than an average quarterback. He's got to be a very good quarterback because Phil Simms was not as important as Lawrence Taylor. So
Well, yeah, that's different though. Lawrence Taylor.
no, but my
don't
point
see.
is if you have like Khalil Mack is more important than an average quarterback. So like he's got to be
Yes.
a very good quarterback.
Yeah, I can agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Have
they
a good
don't
night,
have
Darnell,
that
man.
over there
Thanks for
in
being here, buddy.
Chicago either. They don't have that in Chicago. Trubisky sucks.
Trubisky's garbage. Have you gotten your? And I'm going to be getting it this week. You know what? I'm going to try to get it before the game. You have my word. My Daniel Jones jersey. How do you guys feel when the Eagles won the Super? God, how do you think we felt? I had a smile from ear to ear. No,
I think I threw up for 4 days straight and made a shit fondue in my backyard.
I can't stand the Eagles, so I think you know how I felt. I just watched that documentary last night, the Brady Six. Great time.
That was horrible.
I liked it. You thought it was bad? I've seen it. You didn't like it?
Talking about the Eagles.
Oh.
About the Eagles.
Oh, the Eagles were horrible. Yeah. I thought you were talking about the Brady Six.
Worst horror movie I've ever watched in my life.
Rivers is better, so that's not even close.
Mitch Trubisky is a bottom 5 quarterback in this league. He sucks.
He's bad.
I wonder how Josh is feeling. Now that he saw Daniel Jones play, and Mitch Trubisky's never had a game like that in his career, and they probably never will. And watched Mitch Trubisky just absolutely suck the entire night last night, and watched Daniel Jones tear it up. I didn't just make those videos for my health. Made them for a reason. I guess people saw the reason. And may I say, thank you, Danny Dimes, for not making me look foolish. At least last week.
Daniel Jones versus Josh Allen. Bad will say Daniel Jones.
Jones is way better than Josh.
I'm going to be cautious and say too early to tell. But I like Daniel Jones a lot.
I'm going to say Daniel Jones is better than Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold's better than Josh Allen is. Dak Prescott's better than Josh Allen. Josh Allen sucks.
I like Josh Allen.
Oh, he's terrible.
I think he's got a lot of upside because last year he had the worst offensive line. I think he's going to be a good quarterback.
I don't believe that for a minute. The only good quarterback that came out of last year's draft was Baker Mayfield, and that's it. Those other quarterbacks are trash. Rosen sucks. Called that. Josh Allen sucks. He will. Sam Darnold sucks. He will too. I know he likes Sam Darnold, but they're not good.
I like both those guys. I like Allen and Darnold. I think they'll both be good quarterbacks.
I don't like them either. I don't like either one of them.
But Chris, y'all better convince me by the end of the week to start Danny Dimes because I want to be so bad to prove the point about dimes and small people. Kristen, all right. All right. I mean, we'll see. I in fantasy, I mean, I would think there's going to be better options, but I think I'll have a good game.
Deshaun Watson, legit. Johnny Boy, absolutely.
Yeah, of course.
Deshaun Watson is amazing.
Any surprise moves you see happening in the off season? I mean, I'm sure there will be. Knowing Gettleman. But Jenkins is going to be traded. That's not really a surprise, though.
Yeah, he'll be gone.
There'll be cuts. Ogletree will probably be cut.
Kareem Martin's out of here. Red Ellison's out of here. Red Ellison's gone.
That's about it. Solder. You look at You look at the contracts on this team. Solder's going nowhere. He makes too much money. He's still got way too many years left on that deal. The big guys. Barkley's going to be here. Ingram will be here. Jones will be here.
Shepard will be here. They just signed him.
Shepard will be here. Tate will be here. The offensive line will be here for the most part. They'll probably add one offensive lineman via draft or free agency.
Yeah, Remmers won't be here next year. Be here.
Maybe Halapio won't as well. That's possible. On the defense.
Yeah, can we? Oh shit, he's only a sophomore this year. Creed Humphrey from Oklahoma. That's the center I want. That kid's good.
Yeah. On the defense, I think that you're going to see Ogletree gone, like he said. Kareem Martin's out for the year, I think, or out for an extended period. Marcus Golden, not sure with him. I think he's got a 1-year deal. That'll be an interesting guy. If he has like 10 or 11 sacks, do they bring him back on the bench or defense? That'll be interesting. Obviously, all the young guys will be back, so I don't see a lot of surprise moves. I think they'll add like 1 or 2 pieces via free agency. Bethea will be cut. I think Bethea will be cut. He doesn't carry a dead cap hit.
Yeah.
He's gone.
Right. Do you think Cam is done? It's tough to say about it, Boom. It's tough to say, man. I don't know. I don't know if Cam's done.
I think he's done as a Panther. I really do.
As a Panther, yes. Done overall, no. I mean, Kyle Allen came out through 4 touchdowns. They obviously don't need Cam Newton.
Yeah, I think the Panthers. I was talking to Fish Vegas about this actually today on his podcast that's going to be up tomorrow. We talked about that, and the Panthers, um, they want to move on. You know, they have a team now. It just makes sense to move on from Cam, but there will be openings for Cam, whether it be the Titans, whether it be the Bucs, whether it be possibly the Dolphins, Colts. Somebody's gonna there's gonna be an opening for Cam. He's gonna get a job, but I think he's done with the Panthers. But guys,
maybe we should go to the Bears.
That's possible, actually. The way Trubisky's played, it's possible. Rookie of the year. Real quick, rookie of the year. I don't know how the defensive players have been playing. I honestly don't know.
Well, Josh Allen.
Josh Allen's got 2 sacks.
Let's go, champ. I didn't realize he was a redshirt sophomore, so he can declare this year. Well, if he declares, that's the center I want right there. Creed Humphrey. That kid is a monster.
As far as
I told you, give me all my Sooners on offense, man. Give me D.D. Westbrook and Creed Humphrey in this draft.
As far as the offensive rookies of the year, obviously Daniel Jones is in the running now. McLaurin's in the running. Kyler Murray still got to throw in there.
Will be in the running.
Minshew's played well. He's in the running right now. Jacobs, so the running back on the Raiders, has done well. He's in the running. Those are your 5 probably front runners. Right now.
Hollywood Brown is going to be in the running.
Hollywood Brown is 6. Those are your contenders there. Have a great night, Johnny boy. Yeah, we're going to close it out, guys. Thank you to everyone for being here. I hope if you are new, you subscribed, you rang the bell, you went into the description, you subbed up Bad Dog Sports. Thank you to everybody for being here. Just call me. Thank you for being here. How about the Chiefs? The Chiefs, favorites to come out of the AFC. Them and the Patriots. Those are the 2 clear-cut favorites. Chad, have a great night. D-Man, have a great night. Benjamin, have a great night. Rocky Esposito, yeah, I'm going to pop in the Discord. Q-Dog, have a great night. This Functional, have a great night. Egyptian Writing, have a great night. Eagles UK, thank you. Afghanistan, Sports Weather Alert. Noah Kale, Rafael Duna, Christian, hey, Rudy T, how you doing, Rudy T? How you doing? Andy Garcia. Rudy T just lingers sometimes. I love that guy.
Yes.
But
yes.
Have a great night, everybody. Javon, have a great night. Of course, I always want to say thank you to Bad Dog for coming on, and I'm looking forward to Thursday's going to make a cameo, and Friday we'll be on his channel.
Yes. Yeah, I always appreciate you having me on, and as always, guys, can never thank you enough. Always making these streams pop, and hey, it was a lot of fun to talk about a Giants victory on one of these shows. Hopefully we have more of these shows like that where we can discuss a win. It's nice to win games. It's nice to have positive things to talk about. So let's make it a habit, guys. How about we start winning some damn games?
Exactly. Sorry, I didn't mean to offend you there. It's Hebrew writing. I was about to type it in the chat. Thank you for being a part of the stream. Let's win some damn games, and let's close it out, Bando. Go ahead.
Yeah, so again, guys, thank you for joining us for the entertainment. It's the Bad Diggity Dizzle, and we are gone. Peace!